Yo, yo, yo. I can't walk.
I have pretty high self-confidence and I don't care what other people think, so a 10. I think I'm a 10.
Oh, I'm a 10, most definitely.
At the moment, I'm a fucking 11. Are you kidding me?
J-E on the button. J-E on the button.
I can't stand how delusional women are these days. I find it very annoying how more than half of the women in 2023 will rate themselves a perfect 10 regardless of how fat, ugly, or both we all can clearly see most of them really are. Just because you may feel emotionally does not mean you look absolutely perfect physically. As shallow as the question may appear to be on the surface, I understand that the sole purpose of asking anybody what they rate themselves physically is to find out if that person possesses the humility of judging themselves objectively. Failing to do so by claiming you're perfect when we all know you're not just tells me that your ego is so fragile that
you can't handle the truth.
I believe I have a very simple and fair rating system for women. I give a chick her original number based off her natural beauty and her body. There's a lot of women who are 3s and 4s in the face but have near perfect bodies from working out that bump them up to 6s and 7s. Back in the day, I remember we used to call them butterface bitches.
God gave her one hell of a rack and legs to die for them.
Butterface!
Obviously, the fatter you are, the smaller the original number becomes, but that should just go without saying. Cosmetics are helping women lie like a motherfucker out here, so I add 1 point for her makeup. And possibly a second extra point based on if and how much her looks play a role in her fame and or popularity. Take Cardib for example. The first time I saw her was before she was famous in interviews she had with DJ Vlad.
A long time ago.
Back then I initially thought she was a 5, and without her makeup I still feel the same way.
You like Cardi B?
What she say? I give him whatever he want. He buy me Yves Saint Laurent and a new whip. Think I don't know, huh?
How she say it though?
I give him whatever he want. He buy me a new Yves Saint Laurent and a new whip. I like Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? I like her.
Man,
I love her.
You love her, right?
Adding an extra point for makeup makes her a 6. She's also considered to be the hottest female rapper in the world today. The fact that she's half naked in most of her music videos is a major factor to her success, so that boosts her up to a 7. I've never seen a natural 10 in my entire life. Every 10 I have seen had assistance from makeup and status. As I've grown older watching sex symbols age, I'm starting to feel like if a woman's still at least an 8 when she's 50, she's automatically a 10 because her beauty has withstood the test of time.
I knocked the dust off that pussy.
I don't even care if she had help from modern technology because plastic surgery isn't guaranteed to save everybody. If you don't believe me, just ask Madonna.
She looks like a monster.
Every woman has the opportunity at getting rated a 10, but only by an audience of 1. If you find a partner that truly loves you and is willing to commit to you in a monogamous relationship that you both honor, that person's opinion of you should be the only one that really matters to you for the rest of your life. But until that happens, every man and woman alive are open to scrutiny like the rest of us.
And that's the truth. With some cheese on it. Yeah, ain't no meatloaf between these buns.
Now that I think about it, women could use my scale to rate men too. You can replace makeup with money for the extra point, because almost every single piece of pussy seems to come with a price tag these days. Facts. Men get a second extra point based on how much more money he can earn in the future because let's face it, all women really care about in 2023 is exactly how much money men can continue to make so they can spend that shit on them.
Broke boys don't deserve no pussy. I know that's right.
When women choose to not look at men through the eyes of a prostitute and actually judge guys based off what they physically bring when meeting them for the first time, makeup for a man is his sense of style, which means how well he dresses and grooms himself. And he can gain another extra point if he actually has game. Talking your way into having sex with women takes real skill that I believe men should be rewarded for. So with that being said, I feel I must first rate myself before I rate any more women moving forward in my videos.
The lowest is what? 0.
And there's some zeros out there, and I feel really bad for y'all.
And there's some people in the negative.
Yeah. Shout out to my negatives.
I already know I look better than this motherfucker, so that automatically makes me a 0 by default. If you put me next to any other quadriplegic who's not as smart and famous as Stephen Hawking but got what he had, I'm killing that nigga in a beauty pageant. I have 2 glaring flaws that immediately destroy my chances of attracting women. I can't walk. So the first emotion women usually feel when they initially see me is pity, which slaughters any chance for me to attract the kind of chicks that I would want to be with, because they can clearly see that I'm in desperate need of a caregiver written all over me, which we all know
doesn't make their pussy wet at all.
My other glaring flaws, unfortunately, every time I smile, whoever sees it's probably thinking to themselves that I got
Jacked up teeth! Fix that shit! Jimmy Carr's got better teeth and he's British!
At 45 years of age,
You old as fuck.
I have a dad body, breasts, and pepperoni-shaped nipples. I'm too broke to be a sugar daddy. A chick named Amy followed me on Instagram, so I followed her back. She messaged me what's up, so I said, yo, yo, yo. She asked me what I did for a living, so I told her I collect social security checks and make YouTube videos. She unfollowed me seconds after I told her that, and I haven't heard from Amy since. This happened 6 months ago.
That's so very, very sad.
I didn't take it personally because even if I could afford it, I could never see myself buying a bunch of shit for a chick half my age who's only gonna be willing to fuck me sometimes for it.
You need a prostitute.
I dress like I'm trapped in the 90s and I get my haircuts at home. I have no money and no plans on how to get more.
Because you're a dumbass.
So I don't qualify for any bonus points.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I'm not cool with being involuntarily celibate, but I unfortunately have to accept it because I'm too shallow and proud to explore the benefits of having wheelchair sex.
Oh, that feels so good. Yeah. Oh, like that. Oh, baby. I thought about this all day. Not so fast. You are hurting me.
Now, I don't say these things about myself in search of sympathy or empathy because I know that all I'll get in return are words of wisdom intended to instill some much needed hope in me. But see, my problem with that whole idea is
I hate hope.
I say these things to prove that I completely understand how severely unqualified I am to share my opinions on dating, matters of the heart, and how attractive people are. For almost 2 decades, society has told zeros like me to
Know your damn role and shut your damn mouth!
when it comes to talking about these issues publicly, but it's hard for a nigga like me to remain silent as I watch so many people drop the ball when it comes to hooking up with each other. I've been watching dating content for over 2 months straight now, and I've seen more than my fair share of people who I consider to be slightly more qualified as I think I am speak their pieces on these topics, and their followers treat them like prophets because they spew a bunch of statistics at sluts and whores who can't understand why they can't attract the type of men they're willing to settle down with.
I'm not a smart man.
But I know that you must learn to accept what society rates you physically so you know exactly where you stand on the sexual food chain to have any success at finding love. I've been making videos on current events for like 3 years now, and clearly no one gives a fuck about my opinion on them, so moving forward I plan on reacting to more dating content that interests me on my channel because I feel like I have some shit to say about it.
You got a problem with that, you can go fuck yourself.
And that's all I have to say about that.
If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, please subscribe, and tell me what you think in the comment section below.
Peace. I'm Audi 5000.
Those who wish to follow me, I welcome with my hand. Thank you for being a friend.
And those are my thoughts for this video. But then again, what do I know? I'm just an old crippled bastard. I ain't too proud to beg for your money, so like, share, and subscribe.